Alrighty, welcome back. I'm your man, Bad Chad, and Queen Jolene's on the camera. We were out sandblasting this morning. We got the front end sandblasted. That's all I wanted was sandblast right at the present moment. The reason being is I want to shorten the wheelbase of what I got going on here. And the reason I want to shorten it is because when I get looking at the picture of the truck that we're building, that truck that we're building is a lot bigger than this. It's a lot bigger. So I think it's like 26 feet long or something like that. The wheelbase on this thing is almost 11 feet. The wheelbase on that one there, I think, is a little over 11 feet on that. We're not building the truck that they have because I haven't got the big tires on like they have. I have not. It's not a great. I'm not building a great big unit like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm shrinking it to make it look right for my eye. And in my eye, when I look at it, the tires on the original Doodlebug, or whatever you call it, are quite a big tire. It's probably a 36 inch. I think these are like a 29. When you look at that truck, from what I recall, it has great big wheels on it. It has a toolbox, and then another big wheel, and then a long front end on it. With this one here, where the tires are this size, the toolbox on the truck that I was looking at, I'm thinking that the wheel, if you look at it, the wheel is almost as big as the toolbox, one toolbox on the side, and the other toolbox is just as big as the wheels. So you get two toolboxes. So what I'm thinking is if I take and shorten this, what I want to do is I want to shorten it like 20 inches or 24. I want to bring the wheel about 4 inches back from here, because this is what I have. I have this distance here, this distance here. I like it. We're about 4 inches away from here, so I'm thinking I'll bring that wheel back here 4 inches here, and then I get to keep all this metal. We fixed that already. We'll keep it, and the reason being is this toolbox, this wheel here can be the size of one toolbox, and then we'll have a little gap, and then we'll have another wheel, another size of a toolbox. We'll be in vicinity of the size of the wheel. That's basically what I'm going for. With it being this long, I could put 3 toolboxes on the side to be the size of that wheel. And I'm not really looking for that. Also, when I shorten it, I'm actually making it smaller, which is causing less metal. I do not want to have this wheelbase that long and then run the front end out there 5 feet long with the small wheels. I don't think that would look right. With the smaller wheels, I'm going to make a smaller truck. As you come up here and take a look at it, when I was looking at it last night and looking at it, and I said, well, this is not going to be easy as I think it is. And the reason being is I want it in proportion a little bit. I don't want these little tiny wheels on this long truck. If I'm going to leave the wheels on I have, I might as well make a smaller truck and make the same looking thing, but just make it smaller, and that's what I'm going to do. If you come up and take a look here, you can see that the chassis in the front, the frame is welded to the floor of what's going on. It's quite thick. It's almost quarter plate, or no, it's not, eighth plate. This frame here, like runs underneath here, and is all spot welded to the floor. You can see all the spot welds here. Bam, 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 bam. Like it's all welded along there. You can see where it's all welded all the way along. So it's going to keep my frame nice and straight. But this chassis here runs inside of the front part chassis. You can see where it's spot welded here. It's got a bunch of spot welds here holding that on. So this chassis runs inside this. And what we're going to do is we're going to probably just cut it off. And then we're going to pull that old chassis. We're going to pull all that chassis there. We're going to cut the holes out. We're going to pull that chassis from the inside, pull that out. Then we're going to empty it out. So then we can pull it back and pull this wheel back and use the chassis back here to slide inside of the front section. We're basically going to do the exact same thing the factory did, but we're going to bring it back 20 inches, 2 feet. That's basically what we're going to do. And then that'll give me my look of the toolboxes. I get a tape measure. My toolboxes, the same. I didn't even measure it yet. It'll give me the look that the toolboxes are almost the size of the wheel. I think there's 28 or 29s. They're 29s. So 29. There's a 29 there. So that'd be one toolbox or size of a tire. Have a little gap in the middle. And we'd have another toolbox. So it's going to work out good having two toolboxes on the side with the wheel this size. Also, Jolene welded in that piece last night. I made a ring for the wheel, cut an 8-foot piece in half. I did not like it. It did not give me the shape I want. So we took one piece. I got Doug to wind it through this morning, and we did the 1/8 piece and we went all the way around. I drew a tire on the ground, and now we got a nice shape going all the way around. So I'm going to have to get myself some more 1-inch stock, and we'll roll it. Use one 8-foot piece for one wheel opening. And the reason being is I can cut it off where I want to for the height that I want the truck to look like it's traveling. I can cut it down that low. I can bring them up that high. I can, you know, basically this is better for me than trying to make 2 out of 1. I need that 8-foot piece to make 1. So we're gonna have to get some more of that. But the object of the game today is to get that front chassis cut off, dig the metal out of the inside of the front chassis, and then apply it back onto the chassis that's welded underneath the truck. Everything is welded to the floor, so it's not going anywhere this way or that way because it's welded to the floor. It's all together. Basically, we just have to clear the way and then slide it up in, and then the holes that we drill out will be the holes that we fill back in, just like the factory, and weld it back along there. It should be easy peasy, lemon squeezy. I'm not sure. It's going to be some work is what it's going to be, but that's what I'm going for. Also, the Lincoln Tomahawk 375 Air. I wasn't using it for a while there. I had an end that was probably dirty. It was dirtied up. What an easy thing to change. Just twisted that off, wind the end in, turn the end in. It was too easy. It's probably the easiest one yet that I've had to change the end. There was no mistaking how to do it. It was easy. And they even have the wrench for you right there. I never even looked at that. Tighten that piece. Have the end to tighten that up. Probably should take that back apart. Probably try it. How did I do that? I said it was easy. Yes, it is. There's the piece right there. There's that little wrench they give me. So I just screwed that piece in. It has threads in that little piece there. That piece there goes on top of there. And then I screw that down on top of that. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Hard to believe that I wouldn't change that because I didn't want to get into it, but too easy. Jolene looks amazing today, as always. Oh, Doug, you don't look too bad. I just don't take it in my brain. That's all.
I need compliments too.
Do you? When you get the frame all cut out of the other one, I'll tell you, good job. How's that? What I'm going to do right this second, Doug, there's a couple big jack stands in there. You probably want to bring one at a time. But what I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to try to cut one of those spot welds out with this just to see how it goes. But we'll probably end up cutting the frame off. Yeah, we'll just set it, if you want to set one underneath that frame rail and that right there on that side. We'll probably end up cutting the frame off, letting the frame go up in the air, and then we'll just cut it, you know, cut that and try to bring it apart as we do that. But right now I just want to see if I can cut a couple holes just to show how we're going to do it, or see if it will do it. That's what I want to do. I just want to see if it'll do it. I'm pretty sure it will. Stop it, stop it, stop it. Alrighty. Pair of glasses. We'll mess with that in a minute. We'll jack it up, Doug.
Yes.
You can You can use the floor jack and jack it up until you get that one underneath of it, and get it so you can jack it up a little bit and bring it up one, and then do the same this side, and then we'll cut it off. But I'm going to just try this for a second. Woo! That works. All right, so I'm just going to, you can see where the spot welds are, and I'm just going to go out on the outside of it and see if I can cut it out. That's going to do, now you can take a look at that. That's going to do a nice job making the hole for when we slide this new chassis back here. When we slide that in, we'll just fill that hole back where it was, basically. What I didn't like, what I did there, is I held, what I didn't like. I didn't like that I held it right against the metal when I fired it off, because the metal shot back at the tip. I think what I'll do is next time I start this bad boy, you can see how the metal shot back at the tip. I'm not sure if that plugs it up or what it does. I'm going to start it from a distance and then try it. That's better. Woo-hoo! That worked good. Love it. So if I start like that, when the tip takes off, it blows lots of metal or lots of debris back on the tip. If I started away from the metal first and work my way in, and then it doesn't do that. Beautiful. Awesome. You can do this side too, Doug, if you like. Awesome. So what's going to happen is, once I've got 4 up here, 4 down there, and basically what's going to happen once I get them all out and peel that weld off, we should be able to peel that frame right out from the inside. Should be able to. Man, that thing's working good. Whoa, that thing's working good. What?
That makes it easy.
Oh, baby, I'm in love with Jolene. Beautiful. You can jack this side up and put this side in too if you want. I won't burn you. I'll just let it stop for a second. What? Okay, just a second.
Let you jack too.
Beautiful. I love it. Beautiful. Keep saying that, but I'm telling you, it's so hard to do stuff like this when you don't have something like this. The Tomahawk 375, wow, working real good. Well, it's working better than good. Working awesome. And all them holes will get filled back up when we put it back in. Doug, if you want to take the zip cut and what I want to do with the zip cut, let's cut this. Don't cut the frame. Just let's cut this off.
Okay.
You know, even though.
Flush here, you want to try to get it all off. This is the whole plate goes across. The whole triangle.
Yeah, there's some we're gonna have to cut off, but I'm just saying with, you know, you might as well.
See what I can do. I'll see what I can do. Yeah, I'm just thinking again.
What?
You're thinking again.
Well, I'm just thinking, like, I mean, I can plasma cut off what you don't cut off, or we can.
But you're having fun with that thing.
Oh man, this thing's working good. This thing's working fantastic. See, the frame is this piece here is going to have to go past this, so this is all going to have to come off. If you can get that this plate off the bottom, so if you want to cut this side off, cut them angles off, and just get it out of the way, because this piece has to slide back there further. We even have to cut that out of there, no doubt in my mind. So
Yeah, because it's a whole triangle plate, like that's.
yeah, see if you can get that triangle plate off. I just wonder if we shouldn't. Just thinking. It's all of those. Let's do this. Let's cut the chassis off, and then you can work in there a little bit better. We'll cut this off. I'll move this ahead, cut these holes out, and then I'll allow you to cut this stuff off with the grinder the best you can, whatever you can.
Yeah.
How's that?
You're gonna have to get this plate off too. It's an angle on the inside.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, on the inside, and then that's welded to the top up there. And you can see.
I see.
You can see how far your frame goes in.
I can feel. I already felt it. I can felt it right there. You can see it. I just don't want to touch it because it's hot there right now. All right. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut the frame off right now. Get the reciprocator saw. We'll pull the chassis head, and then you can just cut those off. Reciprocator saw. Got that bad boy somewhere? Right there.
We were happy using it the other day.
Oh yeah. So what we'll do is we're going to separate it because it does not matter. We're just going to end up digging this all out anyways, and then we'll give Doug a place to work underneath there to get that other stuff off. Dun, 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 dun. I wonder why I'm not using the plasma cutter.
Your strokes are close. You love that thing. I know you do. It's what you're used to using, man. You don't use
Yeah, I've cut it. one's cut. Be careful, Doug, that's gonna fall. And I very well could use the plasma cutter for that, but I like the recip saw for certain things, I guess. I don't have to get underneath there and get burnt. And it'll make a nice clean cut. Do you want to put a jack stand underneath that thing, that front end there, so it just doesn't fall down on me? Doesn't matter where I cut it off here. I'm just trying to dig the metal out of this, because we're going to have to measure back and cut some out of this, where we're going to have to, probably will go with, there's a cross member back there, and then we'll probably do the measurement from that cross member out to where we need to go. Probably. Just cutting the front end off right now. Just cutting it off. Basically, wherever I cut it off, we can come back the same distance from that mark. And that mark right there will be the same distance on both sides, no matter whether I cut this one a little bit longer, or cut that one a little bit shorter, or cut that one shorter or longer. It does not matter. Same distance from that mark should bring us back the same distance on the front end. We'll just see if we can slide it so it don't fall on me. As soon as it's going to come up, I guess. You want to just hold it because it looks like it's going to come up on it, or you got that one underneath there. Yeah. Just don't push down on it. Let it come up because it'll jam my saw. I think where's your zip cut? I'll cut on my side. Thank you. We'll give you a visual. We're going to cut the front end off it. What's holding it? Can you pull it off? Yeah, pull it off, bud. Just let that jack out. We'll just pull the head. Just pull the head a little bit. Oh, we got a emergency brake cable that's holding on to us. We have to...
Yeah, we do. Pull that clip right there and pop right in there.
Yeah, let's pull that out. You can move them brake lines right the way, Doug, if you need be. You got her. She's moving. Be careful. Careful, easy does it.
Swear it?
Nope, you don't have to.
Take 10 minutes?
Nope, that's all right.
No.
It is what it is, man.
It is what it is.
That still isn't coming out of there. It still is not coming out of there, no.
If it comes this way, it should.
Yeah.
Get that rubber away. There she goes. It should. Brake lines look nice, all sandblasted.
Copper lines don't pass no more,
No.
right? So I'm just gonna flip this ahead. Like so. Yeah, I'm just going to start cutting those things off. What has to happen, Doug? What has to happen here, buddy? Is this has to be knocked. This has to be cut off. This piece here has to be cut off. This piece has to come off. And we can cut this down straight if we, because I like to leave this. I like to leave a little bit of this so I can weld something back to it again. But you can take a zip cut and reciprocator saw. You can stick your reciprocator saw if you want to and cut that off or whatever you want to. And I'm just going to keep cutting holes with the plasma cutter and taking holes out of this bad boy. Do the inside one first, please.
Sure.
Inside one first. If I did not have this plasma cutter, things would be a lot different. What a hassle it would be. But we have it, so we're going to use it. Cut out, just junk it up and cut it off. Just don't cut my frame. Don't cut the frame.
Come on.
Don't cut the frame. Please don't cut the frame.
Cut it? Why can't I?
Yeah. Go for it. Now where I got it cut off, now I can take my zip cut and get in there on that weld. Before I couldn't get on that weld, I might as well cut it up. You can see how this frame's going inside that. You can see how that's going in there. Now I can take my zip cut and get on there and cut that weld out and pull that piece out when it comes time. But I have to take on. They put the spots right to her, didn't they? Just like for it to cool down before I go back in, like the air to build up good on it. The sandblaster sure did show them nice, where I know exactly where I got to cut. The sandblaster did a good job on that.
Awesome.
quite thick too. Take a look how thick that is. How nice that's cutting that. It's quite thick. Be 1/4 inch, no problem at all. No problem at all. Now, that there's on that. I'm just going to cut that off. Well, we're going back. You know what? To be honest with you, I'd like to. We're going back 20 some inches, so. I think it's 20 inches. I think it's 20 inches. So 20 inches. So.
Whole chunk off. You have a marker in your pocket.
I do.
I know you do.
I do. 20 inches is what I say we're coming back. So, you can take all the metal off this side of the chassis. Leave it welded to the chassis so the chassis stays the same width, but you're allowed to cut it along the lip. Do you know what I mean by the lip underneath there?
Sure thing, man.
There's a lip where it's all spot weld too. I want that lip there because it holds everything in place.
Sounds right.
All right. Thank you. Appreciate it. And see, you can do the exact same thing this side, Doug.
Sure thing, buddy.
We have a 20 incher here. This is what I'm going to do. Get a ruler. Sometimes things don't play right, but yeah, that's pretty well basically it. And we're going to keep on this side of the, you know what I mean? You're going to keep that lip all the way along there because that just holds the frame together, right? So this metal can come out. All right.
Sweet, thank you.
No worries. Let's cut this off. Kind of a tough spot there. Yeah. I don't know what that goes to. I have no idea what that goes to. I almost feel like cutting it off so I can cut that out of there. I am going to cut it off because there's nothing that we need. Can I borrow your grinder for a sec, Doug?
No, it's mine. Yeah, how you making out?
Not bad. Let's see if we can get this. Yeah. Hope I can bang that out here in a second.
On there pretty good, aren't they?
It's on there pretty damn good. See if I can get one cut out. Yeah, that looks good, Doug.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool.
Everything like that's gonna be cat's ass, eh?
Okay, good. I might as well just plasma cut it off because it's not doing me any good. Gotta be welded. Oh, the Napa guy's here. Doug? Doug, will you give Darnell a hand? Please and thank you. We don't want to kill. Thank you. I need a big hammy. This one's got a metal handle on it. It seems to be a little more forceful. Oh, don't want to do that. Man, is there a spot weld still left there? Probably. I need a bigger hammer, that's all. I don't know where my big hammer is, to be honest with you. This thing come flying off. Where's my big hammer at, Bedman? We don't know, do we? Huh? This one here, I guess. Wants to come out, don't it? Oh, I know why it's going on. It's locked up underneath the front. So, this is what's going on. I'll clean, it's good thick stuff. I'll clean this off the grinder. We'll clean that side off of the grinder. We'll clean this up a little bit. We'll clean that all off. And then we're on to taking this side off. Then we're gonna end up cutting back here. We're gonna leave on however much that says. We might even put that little, see how they got that little groove in there? It probably wouldn't be a bad idea that we do the exact same thing because it locks it down underneath there, so it cannot happen. And we probably will do that because it's a great thing. I think it's a great idea. How they lock that in there, how they trip down so it can't bend up. Not sure if we need the top piece. We're probably not sure yet. Not sure yet. But the front piece where it locks into, we will do that. You can see where it locks in here. Look at that, Doug. Got that piece out. That piece came out fairly well. Huh?
That looks awesome.
That came out nice, didn't it?
Oh, yeah.
It does need some cleaning, but.
Yeah, we clean that up and just insert that right in there, no problem at all.
Insert.
Insert it.
Okay.
Gently insert.
You can.
Wow, what a lot of spot welds on that.
It is, and we'll fill them all back in.
Damn right.
We'll do the exact same thing they done. Probably no doubt in my mind. If you want to gently score that, or you're still doing what you're doing, you keep doing what you're doing.
I think I got lost.
No.
I'm not finished cutting that yet.
No, you maybe, I don't know if you want to go. I'm going to bring that over this side and start doing this one. I'm not sure what you want to do, but
Just gonna get out of your car.
what do you think? Where are we at?
Going down back.
What? Alrighty, we're gonna let you go from here. I'm going to do the exact same thing to this, to that. Doug's going to clean that so we can make it look like that to apply it to this. And then you come back tomorrow and we'll put it back together. So basically we're going to spend today cleaning it, getting it ready to put back together. And then you come back tomorrow, we'll put it back together. And that'll be that. Like, subscribe, comment, come back tomorrow, we'll be here. And keep buying that hilt gear, man. You're making me proud.